Hi, Mr. Margin.
Hi, Ania.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
How are you?
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi. That's what you look like when I'm going to put down. Down.
I can.
Okay, that's okay. How can I put that? Oh.
Yeah, Felicia. Garrett.
Hi, Jason.
I don't know if I'm on.
Hey, you're on.
I don't see me. Mr. Lopez.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, we got more people coming in, so I'm gonna keep just getting them in here.
Jeff, can you see me? Hey, Chubbs.
Let's see, Lisa, I don't see you. I hear you. I don't see
I
you.
know, but I don't. This is my first time Zooming, so I'm on my phone because I'm driving.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
driving. I'm a passenger.
Yeah,
But what do I push? The little white person in the right-hand corner?
let's see. I haven't used it on my phone recently. Does someone know that well?
Jason on?
I think he's on.
Hi, I'm Irene.
Let's see.
Daniel. Daniel's on his phone. Where is he?
Yeah, if you want to just maybe text him, it can help you.
Let me see. Maybe I need to. Let's see.
Hey, Dan.
He's telling me to be quiet. Oh, that boy.
Typical.
Oh my gosh, where am I? Daniel, what do I do?
I don't know. Just talk. Jeez.
Okay, you guys don't need to see me.
We can hear you fine. That's fine.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, we're getting a few more people coming in. So I'll just get another minute and we'll get started.
Hi.
Hi,
everybody.
Hi, Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Hi.
All right.
Can they hear me?
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
All right, we got a few more coming in. Let's see.
Hi.
Hello, Miss Tempe.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
How are
I'm
you?
on two devices because my camera doesn't work on my big computer, but I wanted to be able to see everybody.
Okay.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Hi,
Mary Jo.
Mary Jo.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, can you guys see me now?
Yes, we see. Yes.
I think I'm
You
the
can see
only
me?
one can't be seen now. I'm having problems with my camera. Sorry, it's me, Lupe. I'm having problems.
Hi, Lupe.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Gwen. Hi.
Hello.
So I'll give a minute if you want to say hi to someone that you see here.
Morena. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
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 Hi, Blanca.
Hi.
That's the highest
Becky, hi.
Hi, Becky.
There we go.
Hi.
'Cause I'm thinking we see people we haven't seen for a while, so it's in some ways a reunion, not necessarily how we wanted a type of reunion, but you're seeing people you have not seen for maybe a long time.
Hi.
All right.
Hi, Susie. Hello. Hi.
Hey, Susie.
How are you? Diana.
Hi.
All right.
Oh, boy.
We'll get started here. There'll probably be some more people coming in.
With Aaron, please.
So probably what we'll do, because there's so many of us, maybe if you mute yourself until if there's something to share, obviously unmute, that's fine, just so we cut down on the background noise. If you don't know who I am, some of you, I maybe recognize names, but I'm Jeff Malgin, the principal at Willard, obviously. But I'm just glad that we have like 47 of us in here right now, all over, meeting. Again, not for what we had planned. I could not have planned this a week ago saying, let's have something like this because it's so shocking. I'm just thankful there's a lot of us here to gather and just to spend some time just reflecting and sharing about Michele, because I know everyone's here because we all love Michele dearly. And, you know, all of us, including myself, I know probably all weekend, probably waking up or thinking about saying it can't be real. You know, it's just still, you know, something that's still shocking to the whole system and to their family too. So, so basically what I want to do, well, just in full disclosure, just so you know, I'm recording this because I want to share this with Felicia, her sister, especially the first part here, and her family, just, you know, as we have time to share about Michele. So basically what I want to do is spend some time, a little bit of time where if you have a story, you have some memory, you want to share about Michele, that you want just kind of, and I think that's important. And I know Diana could speak to that, how it's important for grieving that we share those stories. We maybe laugh about a funny thing that happened, or, you know, maybe we cry too thinking about it, but it's those memories that we share which are important. So I want to give some time for that. And then the second half of our time together, what I want us to do is to talk about how we can help the family. There's some ideas already kind of in motion from some of you, from other people, that we want to see how can we support, you know, the kids, support Felicia, and kind of be there for them in multiple ways, you know, to kind of walk alongside them through this really, really hard time. So that's basically what we're going to do. And I think just, you know, since this is great, we have so many people here, we have 49. If you want to share something, you don't have to, but if you would like to, just maybe on everyone knows the chat message there, just say, I want to share something, and I'll kind of go down the list and call on you, and you can share a brief story. You know, obviously if we, you know, I mean, I have lots of stories, and all of you have more stories. You've known it for so long. You know, we can't be here all day, but if there's something brief, absolutely share it, and you know, then we can pass this on. So, let's see, Diana, you're asking about updates as far as support. You can unmute yourself, Diana, if you want.
Just have there been any updates regarding anything that the family has shared with you on, like, any ideas that they have for a memorial or anything? Or did you want to save that to the end?
Yeah, we'll kind of save that. We'll save that to the end. Yeah, but yeah, we can talk about some of those things, how to help them. I don't have lots of details on the family end as far as what they're doing, because obviously with all this COVID stuff, it's so, you know, we have a friend from our church that passed away, and it's that same thing where no one can go to a funeral, no one can do anything, you know. So I think we'll get more information from Felicia as we move on. So, okay.
They're probably going crazy.
So anyhow, so if you can just mute yourself so we can hear each other, and if you want to share something, I know, and I'll kind of go down, keep looking at the chat, and I'll kind of say, okay, so go ahead, share. You can unmute and then share with us. So I think we will start with any questions at all about what we're doing. We're good? Okay, and you can always type in your questions or whatever you want there too. All right, Mr. Neto, Joao, you had a picture you wanted to share, is that right?
I was going through my phone, and there's one picture that was taken last Halloween that kind of, to me, that summarizes the beauty of Michele. Besides being super efficient and caring and a good listener, she was a lot of fun. So I just want to share this picture here. That's very her.
I love it. That's her.
That's during this weekend, in between cries, there was a lot of laughter too. Just thinking of the funny things she'd come up with and the little things she'd share with us. To me, that made the year being at Willard so much more interesting. And many times during the day, I would just go to the office for no reason, just to chat a little bit, like we all did. All of us did the same thing. And I don't even know how we're going to be in school without seeing her every day. But I want to remember her again, just the fun, all the fun. And that's it. That's it, guys.
Thank you. And I'll just share, being a new principal where I'd never been a principal before, I came in and, not knowing a whole lot, because I was kind of shocked. I got a job as a principal in some ways, like, really? But Michele was there every step of the way. I had to ask her so many different things. How do I do this? How do I do that? Can you help me? And she was just so helpful, but also just her humor and her fun. I mean, there's times where, there's maybe some parents that were constantly talkative and she'd text me and I try to rescue her, or she'd say, hide under your desk, so-and-so is out here. Anyhow, but just her humor was just tremendous. I mean, you couldn't ask for such a better, more fun, amazing person. So, okay, we will move on to Denise. Go ahead, Denise.
Hi, everybody. So as many of you know, I was at Willard for a long time. And I had the privilege of working with Michele as a part-time. She was a part-time person in the office and then went on to full-time. When I left Willard, she was always so positive, and I was lucky enough to come back to work as a summer school principal there at Willard. She was my secretary, full of laughter, full of excitement. And because I worked at Willard so long and I had the office number in my head, whether I was at Sanchez or I was at Garvey, I would accidentally call her extension. Not meaning to, it was just habit, especially when I first left. And she would answer, what do you want, Denise? Like, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. But always so happy-go-lucky. And when the last time when I was applying for assistant principal at Garvey, I had the pleasure of meeting Jeff, and Michele was there, and they were so encouraging, and I, it just uplifting. She always had like something nice and positive to say, and it's just a shock. I can't believe it. Her smiley face, her wit, her humor, she's definitely gonna be missed. And so, I'm glad that I had the opportunity to know her as a person and to work with her.
Thank you, Denise. All right, let me see. I think we had, and then there's some chats and people sharing things. So Janae from Monterey Vista, thank you for what you shared too. And who else would like to share? Any story, memory?
I would, Jeff.
Okay, go ahead.
Being in Head Start, we are not always included in events going on in the school, but Michele always made sure that Head Start was included. She would always call us and say, Lorena, do you want to participate in the Christmas program and the Halloween parade? She would always include us in everything. And whenever I would ask her for anything from the office, she would always say, just send your assistant, come pick it up. I'm really gonna miss seeing her in the morning and just saying, hi, Lorena, how are you today? It's been really hard just thinking about losing her. That's all I wanted to say. I'm so sorry, everybody.
No, you don't have to apologize. Thank you, Lorena. She never said no to anything we needed to get done or anything at all. She was always there.
I would like to share.
Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Well, I was, again, lucky to have the privilege to work with her when I was at Willard, but I also got to see the other side of her as a parent, because Ian was at our school, he was at Rice, and she was very involved, always willing to lend a hand, always anything about what was gonna help him in his education, and she was always a very good collaborator and partner with her teachers. And her mom, she was a great daughter. She took care of her mom and loved her mom dearly. So to take those boys without their mother, it's very heartbreaking. She will be missed.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Bonnie, are you sharing, Bonnie? I think it's hard to hear. I don't know. The microphone.
Okay, I'm here, Mr. Chef.
Okay, thank you, Vladi.
Yeah, hi, but I sent the other invitation to the managers.
Okay.
One that I was before, so this is a different one.
This one. So, well, yeah. And then if you want to share anything, Vladi, we're just sharing stories with everyone right now. We have everyone online right now.
No, no stories to share. Just
Okay.
I want to be part of the meeting, to
Thank
be together.
Okay, Bonnie, do you want to try that again? Let's see. We still can't hear you. I'm not sure why. Back to Bonnie. We'll get back.
Yeah, get back to me.
I think we hear you, Bonnie. Go ahead. We hear you.
Oh, so in the morning, Michelle and I, we would listen to Ryan's Roses, and I would come into the office, and it's just fun. She is so much fun. Just not just about work, but we would be able to joke around, and her laugh. I mean, her distinct laugh. She was always so funny and positive, and she's funny. She made work fun, and she never said no. And anything I needed, anytime, it was just, she was an amazing person. And she really was a symbol for our school. Her personality, the way her smile, her laughter, I missed her so much. It's not going to be the same. Halloween is not going to be the same. I just don't know how next year is going to be. And I love her.
Thank you, Bonnie.
So I have a lot of memories of the show. One of the things that I remember is how much she hated that flag Mr. Lopez put outside her door. She would just tell me all the time how, why would he put that flag outside her door? And she would laugh. And she was such a fun person, such a dedicated person. There were so many times where she would be sick and I wouldn't go home, even though I would tell her, go home, you're sick, go home. Oh no, Jeff's gonna get mad. I said, yeah, okay. I spent a lot of time with Michele, and she's really gonna be missed. And it's really hard for me to get words out. But I just want the family to know that we love her and we really miss her.
Thank you, Diana. And I had many times where I know when there were days she had a cold or whatever, and I forced her to go home. Her dedication was just off the charts. Like, nope, I'm gonna stay here. I gotta get my work done. So she was that kind of person. All right, Susie, do you want to share?
Yes.
So I was looking for pictures, you know, because I've always tried to take pictures with her. Well, come on, Michelle, let's take a picture. Come on, Michelle, let's take a picture. And she wouldn't want to. But I have pictures from Halloween from 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018. And it's so funny. I mean, I don't know if you guys, oops, can see it. Hold on. I have pictures of her, you know, from just different years. And this one I posted on Facebook, and she has her Wonder Woman shirt. And that's who Michelle was. We needed something, we would go in and, Michelle, I need this or I need that, and she'd have it for us. And she was our Wonder Woman. She was our, you know, she was the person we went to. Michelle, what's going on? And she would know what's happening or where everybody was at. And, you know, Michelle she was just on it. She loved all of us. She loved us all unconditionally. She went above and beyond for all of us. She was just a great person. She was an amazing person. I just can't, I'm in shock like everyone else. I'm truly gonna miss her. I'm truly gonna miss her. But I love those pictures from all of our Halloweens, like you guys were saying, our Halloween times that we just, you know, had so much fun with her. And I think that was her favorite time was Halloween, because those are the only pictures I have with her. But she is definitely gonna be missed.
Thank you, Susie, for sharing.
I'll share something, Jeff.
Go ahead, Shirley.
Sorry, I'm gonna try not to cry.
Take your time. That's okay.
But I think I'm gonna miss a lot of the little things. Like just, you know, going to work in the morning and talking to Michelle about just, you know, silly things. They weren't necessarily anything really important. Just having conversation and being goofy in the office, you know. I'm gonna miss her calling my room. Half the time she would say, you know, she prefaced it with, "Shirley, you're gonna kill me." And it was never anything bad. It's a way of saying, "Oh, I could have done something, or I forgot this, or whatever." But it was never anything bad. I never got mad at her. It was never anything major. But it was her, you know. She's just kind of, I guess, just kind of silly that way, or, you know. But I'm gonna miss just the conversations we had, just talking about things here and there, talking about her kids, her mom. Just, yeah, just little things.
Thanks, Shirley. Yeah, those are irreplaceable. We can't replace that.
Jeff, I would like to say something.
Okay, and then
my name is Irene. Some of the teachers might know me. I retired almost 6 years ago. When I first became an office manager at Willard, and Michelle was the office assistant. She helped me a lot because, technically speaking, she has more experience than me, but she's very helpful to me. And it's true that she never takes a day off. Sometimes I would tell her, you know, you have so many days, why don't you take some time off with your family? And I will surely miss her. I was kind of feeling bad the last couple of years. I haven't gone by Willard to see her. And I'm just as shocked as everybody. And just hope everybody's well, and wish her mom the best. I know it's gonna be hard for her mom, and at this time I really don't know what to say. Just keep the family with our prayer and thoughts, and please let me know what we can do, like donations for the family, and I will send a check or give it to one of the teachers because I still see them sometimes. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Dino, did you have your hand up? I think I saw it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
A few years back when Michele first joined Willard School as part of our staff, she was the clerk, and as years went by, she was in the position where she could go ahead and test to become the office manager. And I remember, and I'm sure I speak for everybody, I remember we'd go into the office in the mornings and bring up the subject, and there was a tremendous nervousness. You know, she was just very, I don't know, she would doubt herself. And I think everybody would just pitch in and tell her, this is yours. You can do this. You can get past this. This is your network. You have to take control. And day after day, people would just come in and remind her, get your studying done. Make sure you own this test. And I remember when I found out that she became the office manager, that she went ahead and passed and everything was lovely. I remember walking in and she downplayed it so much, but as I was leaving the office, I turned to look at her one more time and she just squealed in delight. She was so thrilled. And what can I say other than she was the pulse of Willard School? She had a tolerance that was unmatched. We threw chaos at her and she just put everything where it belonged. She was an incredible human being. She was my USC buddy. We talked USC every single day. I love her. I miss her. I'm blown away. And I wish her family nothing but strength and courage. And the same to everybody here. We were blessed, very blessed to know her. And I miss her terribly.
Well said. Thank you, Dino.
I'd like to say something.
Yeah, Eugenia, go ahead.
One of the great memories that I have about Michele is her patience, her tolerance, the kindness, the love and care that she has for others. She was always about others rather than herself, in my opinion. I love her willingness and the kind support that she always had to provide us with everything we needed. She was never saying, no, I can't, or anything like that. She was always open and willing to provide the support we always needed. I think she was one of the main pillars of our Willard home. And I think with her special and loving character, we will move forward and keep her memories in our hearts, in our memory, because she was a very, very special person that has touched so many lives, not just of the staff, but children and parents. She taking so many things that people will come and be aggressive to her, but she never showed any kind of negativity against anybody. And I think it's one of the unique ways of her character that I keep in my mind and I really cherish, and I will keep it for the times to come, because people like her, you don't have them very so many. They are people like her are unique and very special. And I really appreciate the time that I had to work with her. And I love her way of listening to anything that we tell her, share things with her. And she was always so kind and nice to listen. So that's all I think I can say for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Eugenia. And you're right. She was a pillar, a foundational pillar to Willard, for staff, teachers, parents, students, like you said, for everyone that came in contact with her. Yes, Miss Ardone. Let's see. I think you have to unmute there yourself there.
I had the good fortune to work with Michele last year when I went to Willard. Willard, like I told all of you, Willard has a different feeling, the sense of a family. But from the moment that I started working there, she was right there for me. She was telling me what I need to do. She was pointing me to the right people, who can help me with books, who can help me to get connected, my printer, the computer, all that. Someone may say, well, it was her job, but it was not. She was putting in her job her personal touch. You can feel her kindness when she was doing all that. Her laughter, because all of you know, for special reasons, sometimes I have to be calling Mr. Marjan all the time. And some days when I call the office, you say, oh, I was missing you. You're my personal, my favorite customer. All those words, the way she talked and the way she made jokes about even in the very difficult circumstances, makes you feel better. So to me, Michele can be defined by kindness, by her laughter, by her professionalism, because we all know all the office schools, they can get very busy, but I never saw her last year getting upset or angry or even raising her voice, even when we were dealing with 4, 5, 6 different things at the end of the day. She was always keeping calm. She knew the kids, she knew the families. And I am grateful for the opportunity that life gave me to meet her and work with her. It was such a joy. And I think we can learn lessons from all this, all of us, to reach out to each other more frequently, to touch, to acknowledge each other, even in the little things, because I think that was the other thing that she did for all of us, her little things, her small little things. Sometimes even like, I have this piece of cookie, you look like you need it, or this piece of candy, come on, you can have it, you need that. So all those little things, they help so much, so much. And I am very grateful really for the opportunity to meet her, to share time with her, and to know her. Okay.
Thanks, Anna.
Okay.
If you want to share and you put your hand up, I don't see you because there's 60 of us here. Just again, type a chat that you want to share so I know if you want to share something.
I would like to share. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Suli.
Well, unlike many of you, I actually been working on Willard for so long, but I'm not the type of teacher who actually stay in the office to chat a lot. I'm always quickly in and quickly out. And it's interesting that throughout the year, I mean, I feel like Michele knows me so well. I mean, she knows exactly when to catch me in the morning to kind of sign up paper, and she knows my mood. And sometimes I'm just looking at the drawer, looking for stuff. What do you need, Suli? Oh, the bus form. Oh, the second drawer, and so and so. And there's so many times I'm just looking, and she asks if she can read my mind right there. And so there's a connection. You know, she knows the little things. And I know she like loves dragon fruit. I mentioned that my mom grows them and sometimes I get tired of eating them. And then she said, oh, I love them. So I start bringing her some when when it's in season. And so I would just put in a bag and leave on her desk, and I can, like, we just kind of have an eye contact, oh, for you. And then she would know that it is what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna so miss that. And yes, like everyone's saying, she's always hardworking. I remember times that she, like she's coughing, I can barely hear her voice. I say, Michele, you need to rest. But she's there. She's just so dedicated. And every time, like I might need something on last minute request, and I say, Michele, can I have the key? I need to get the item hastily, and then she gives me the key. But many times when I went in to look for it, and I realized I need more items than I actually had told her, so I would bring it out and say, oh, Michele, I got this instead, and she give me that look. And so it's kind of, her jokes and her laughter, and she never say no to us. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna start the school year, but yeah, we're gonna miss her a lot.
Thank you, Sulu. Stephanie, I think you wanted to share.
Yes. So we're definitely going to miss Michele. When I talk to people about Michele, the first thing that some people say is she tried to put a tough front, but she wasn't very tough. My kids were new to the school last year, and we were all a nervous wreck, all of us, to their dad, to me, to them, because it was a brand new school to them and all of us, right? And Michele made sure to calm my nerves down first. And she was good at that. She was good at talking to people. She was good at, making sure that we felt comfortable as parents, not just the staff, but the parents, that the parents felt welcome. They felt love. They felt a community at Willard, because Willard is like no other school in our site, in our district. It's very unique. And Michele had a lot to do with that. She made sure that she knew whose parents were and memorized the parents' names too. And if she didn't know whose was a parent or who was a child, she made sure she found out, and she made that connection. So the same connection that the staff has with her, the parents had too. And when she would notice that there was a family that needed something right away, she would come and say, okay, can PTA get this? No, okay, Stephanie, we need to find some resources, let's get this family what they need. Her heart was huge. She had a really big heart, and it really showed with the community. Everybody did notice it.
Thanks, Stephanie. Yep, a gigantic heart. Absolutely. All right, Percival, you said you're ready?
I think so.
Okay, go ahead, Percival.
I don't want to repeat what everybody else said, but one of the things in chatting with Michele is that you got that bond. She's not just someone in the office. I'm not just someone who taught in the classroom. And that, I think, is what makes us count. One of the things that I'd always get from Michele was a text. And the text would be, there's donuts in the office. She always knew when I needed my carbs. And there's this one time where I'm infamous for doing my cumes late. And it was after the last day of school. And I told Michele, at the end of the day, I'm coming back tomorrow to do my cumes, and then Colosso can sign me up. Okay, no problem. So I got there at 9 o'clock and I opened the drawer. Michele, where are my cumes? Oh, we sent them to Bitely or to, what's the middle school? Temple. We sent them to Temple. I said, Michele, I told you I wasn't done. And she said, I'm so sorry. I thought you were done and they needed them. Okay, so I had to spend the whole day at Temple doing my cume. I had to search through everything because they weren't separated by teacher. I know it wasn't intentional, but I don't know, it's just funny. Get your cumes done on time. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Percival, for sharing. Is there anyone else that wants to share? Okay, I think Steve, I see your hand up, right? Okay, go for it.
You know, I got moved into the Willard last year, and I was scared. When Michele found out I was getting moved there, she made sure that she called me and told me, you know, you're gonna be okay. I'll take care of you. And I didn't ask her anything, but she just like, you know, she reached out right away, you know, and she was like, okay, and she let me know, we want this, we want that, and we want this. Like she had a list, you know, and I was scared because I was like, okay, Michele's gonna be on my case all the time, and she was, but she was a big goofball, you know. She always messed around with me too, you know. And you know, sometimes she would call me into the office to, you know, just for, I don't know why, she would just call me and she would have like the shred on the floor and tell me I needed to vacuum it, or she would throw it on purpose on the floor and call me to clean it up, you know. And then she would tell me, "Can you clean it up?" And I'm like, "Well, I really can't, but I guess I'm gonna have to do it." Like that character that like just, she wanted to mess around, but she wanted things done. You know, I loved about her, and she made sure that she made me feel comfortable and let me be able to, you know, mess with her a little bit and still be professional and get things done. You know, she cared about all of us. She cared about every single person at that site, every family. You know, she always made sure that she got things done for all of us. Even for me, she took care of my kids. She told me from the beginning when I brought them there, I'm gonna take care of your kids, you know, and we're gonna make sure they're gonna be okay. And she told me they'll be fine, you know, and they were, you know. There was never a time that I ever doubted that you know, they were gonna be mistreated or scared or not taken care of. You know, I had just sent her a text message of a video of where she got there at 6:30 every morning, and I hid in one of the classrooms in room 9 and I recorded it, and she walked in and I came out from behind one of the desks and scared her, and she screamed and then started trying to kick me and throw things at me. For her birthday, I think I wrapped you guys probably didn't even see it, but I wrapped everything in her desk in black yarn for her birthday. and she didn't get mad. I mean, she got upset, but she always just laughed it off, and she thought it was funny, you know. Sorry, it's gonna be hard to go back to normal. It's gonna be hard to walk in and not have her at her desk. You know, that's the thing, you know. That woman was always smiling no matter what. She didn't like to take a day off. Hated to take a day off because who was gonna take care of her students and her staff? You know, we're gonna miss her. We're gonna miss her a lot. My kids, us, everybody, the community. You know, she wasn't just loved here at this one Willard site, throughout the whole district. And that's it.
Thanks, Steve. We'll go to, I think, BB, and then Elisa, you want to share too after BB? Okay, so we'll go to BB first.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Every morning I get to work about 6:15. I go to my classroom, get ready for my class. Michele shows up with Allie around 6:45, 7 o'clock, or before, actually 6:45. I'm there every morning. We just chatted and we laughed, and then we would go have our coffee and our little cheese mace session. I don't know how I'm gonna go to the office every morning. And then Jeff would show up and spoil the party. And then we would just go to our work. We would go on to do our work, but every morning. And if I wasn't in the office, she would text me and ask me what was wrong because I wasn't in the office yet. And if I was in a bad mood, she would always make me laugh. I'm gonna miss her.
Thank you, BB. There's no doubt she made the office a fun place, like so many of you said. A very fun place to be. You wanted to be there with her.
Oh.
Elisa, you want to go ahead? You had your hand up. You got to unmute your microphone.
Unmute.
Yeah. There you go. I think you're
Am I
live.
okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
This is really hard, but me and Michele actually go way back. When our boys were younger, they both played youth football together. So running back into her a year and a half ago was such an enjoyment for me. She was crazy back then, and she's even crazier now. My gosh, she made my work there so much fun. Even the days when that room was packed, she'd be throwing in a wad of paper at the door. She's just, oh my God, I guess, calling me on the phone, telling me you better make sure that bathroom's open or you're gonna have to call my mom because I'm gonna pee my chonies. She was just a hoot to work with, and I'm truly gonna miss her. It's just not gonna be the same there anymore. She was so much fun. We had so much fun on our lunch breaks with Allie and the library, Vanessa and all the gang. It's gonna be really hard returning. She just welcomed me, and going to a new school was really hard for me, but she was there with open arms, funny. Gosh, she was the funniest person I've ever worked with. And she welcomed my son, and they really got a really good relationship together, her and Daniel. And I know he's really taken this hard, but we're gonna keep her memory there. Her spirit's gonna be there with us. And I always used to tell her when we heard noises, I told her it's Francis flying around. Now it's gonna be Michele. She's gonna be flying around us like that little butterfly. And so I'm gonna miss her, really. I'm gonna miss her. Thank you.
Thanks, Elisa. We got a couple more minutes. Is there anyone else that wants to share that didn't have a chance? Again, if I don't see you, just type in the chat, just so I see you. I think I see some hands. So I think, Mary Jo, and I see Julie, and there's someone else too. Yeah, Mary Jo, why don't you go ahead? You have to just unmute.
We're not used to these Zoom meetings.
Let's see if we can get her unmuted there.
Many years ago, Michele worked for Health Services as one of our first aides, long time ago, when only about 2. And she was so wonderful at that time, and just so caring and so conscientious. And over the years that I've been with her, it's not easy to always be able to keep up what's going on with the school when you're not there every day. But I really feel that she kept me informed of so many things that, it would have been easy for her to just kind of, let it go. And I had such great respect and love for her because of that.
And there were things that I would forget, and she would remind me. And you know, she was a class act. She really was, and she didn't know it. She didn't know it. You know, she was. Yes, and to watch her with the kids and the little quirks that she knew about them, it was just, Willard is a very unusual school because you don't see that in all of the schools. You really don't, you know, it's.
Mary Jo, you never been to our school.
What? And what? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yep.
Yeah, and it just, yeah, like everybody else is going to be so hard not to see her there, and it was hard to be there. And when she wasn't there on a day, it's like, oh, good, she's finally taking some kind of a break, because as everybody said, she never did. She never took care of herself. She took care of everyone else, and I know she's having a great vacation now, and she's going to be watching every single one of us down here. And I'm going to miss her. I was shocked, just like everybody else. It's just still hard to believe. So hard to believe. So I just wanted to say that.
Thank you, Mary Jo. I think we had some other hands up. I know, let's see. Julie, yeah, Julie, and then we'll go to Maria Teresa. And then I think other hands are up too. Go ahead, Julie. Just got to unmute you. I think there you go.
Oh. Okay, so, you know, last year was my first year coming back to Willard after being gone 15 years to Bitely. So decided to go to the bright spot of Willard again, because I knew that, you know, with nearly 30 years now, I knew that the end of my career would be coming to a close soon. But I look at all the faces of all the people that are here, and Carol Brodsky, yay, you know, really miss you. And a lot of office managers I've known over the years, some of you I don't know that have joined us, but I have to say, coming back to Willard was really a bright spot for me. I loved working with the special needs kids. I had most of them for many years over at Bitely, and I loved it. But it was really time for a change for me. And coming back has been great, but there was just something about Michele, like you all have said. I mean, I have some little notes here I've been writing of all the things you've been saying. To me, she's the epitome of service. I mean, in her own way, she was like bigger than life. She was a dynamo, concierge. So she was like a mom boss. The resilience she had, taking everything in stride, just an incredible human being. I just love Michele, and it's going to be so hard to not have her there. I have not met anyone like her. I can't think of anyone that I know that's like her at all. And so it's going to be really hard for us. I know that. And that's all I have to say. Thanks.
Thank you, Julie. And then Maria Teresa, do you want to go ahead? And then I know there's a couple other hands too.
I'm a note taker as well, so I wrote this list yesterday as I was thinking about her. First and foremost, Michele Foster truly cared for people. She had a job, which was being a secretary, but she was much more than a secretary. She was sometimes a mom, a sister, a friend, a counselor. She took on many roles. She was my favorite redhead, and I really loved that disheveled manner in which she nervously played with her hair. I loved her optimism, her smile, her laughter, her open disposition to everyone for everything, no matter what time of day, no matter what it was. She tried to solve it, and she would always gasp like, wait, I'll get to it. I loved that because I knew if it didn't happen today, it was going to happen the next day, but she would get to it. I'm going to miss her playfulness. I know I'm retiring. I know that. But regardless, I'm going to miss her playfulness. I'm going to miss her patience for her listening ears when I had a problem, but not just me, parents, kids, and as other people have stated, she was always kind, no matter whether people yelled at her from the top of their lungs and were mean and rude. She wasn't. She was very professional. She was very dedicated to her work. She was kind. She was loving. And she had that ability to share the seasons of the year in her own way. You know, that little corner of hers. Sometimes you go through the routines of, okay, you go to work, you do your thing, you go home. But when you see that little corner being decorated in her own way, like, oh, wow, Christmas is coming. Yeah. So that was pretty awesome because it brought me back to not just a job, but a friend. I know she always made everybody feel welcome. She always made me feel welcome. She was more than a secretary. I will miss her very dearly. I loved her very much. And I think she's forever going to be our beloved Willard.
Thank you, MT. We'll go to a few more minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I know I can't see the picture, but the name says Samsung. I'm not sure. Yeah. Cameras, you can go ahead and share. It's a little dark. I can't see who it is.
Is it me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Anyway, my name is Zoila Castro. A lot of them probably know who I am. I'm retired, but I used to work with her in the office. And words cannot express how sorry I feel. It's just incredible. I'm in shock. I used to call her Michelita. We had so many stuff that we have shared, you know, when I was there. And when I left, yes, it was very hard because, like I said, Willard School was my home, my other home, and I miss all of you guys. And of course, I miss Michelita because we spent so much time together. We shared everything from work stuff, personal stuff, and I have to be honest, I'm in shock. I'm still, I haven't so much. Oh God, I can't even express how hurt I feel. But we also I have a lot of stuff, and I'm just going to tell you just little things. One of the things, you know, when a parent used to come and she could not speak to me because they were Spanish speaking, she would go, Zoila, come on to the front. I need you to translate for me. Yes, Michelita, there I go, and I will go and do it. And the same thing was the students when they used to be in the nurse's office. You know, I would help her. We had so many things, and one of the things too that she will always be looking forward on Fridays. I used to always be making something to eat, and one of our favorite things was my little sandwiches, or I'm sorry, or even the chorizo burritos. She will be always looking for it. And then on Thursday, before I used to leave, she will go and ask, okay, what are you bringing tomorrow? And I go, I don't know, Michelita, I'll surprise you tomorrow. And she goes, okay. Anyways, that was some Fridays. And then sometimes I used to just take some snacks, put them in the bottom drawer in my room. And she will go and ask, hey, Zoila, do you have anything? I'm hungry. I go, yes, Michelita, you know where the drawer is there, so help yourself. And from there on, you know, we have so much stuff that we share. And I know I'm not there at Willard for a while, but I miss her so much. Because last year when my granddaughter, she was there and she got promoted. Before I left, I went to the office to tell her, hey, you know, we'll keep in touch. She goes, yeah, sorry, that we will. you know, and it's hard. And I'm sorry, you guys, you know, but it's very hard for me right now to cope with this. But anyway, I just wanted to tell, you know, that's how I feel, and I have memories from her, and those memories will never go away. I will have them always in my heart. And for Sally, you know, that I'm always here. If she ever needs me, I'm here. And anyway, so and Michelita, well, you always be in my heart. I love you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Zoila, for sharing. We appreciate that. Annie, and then Allie, maybe afterwards. And again, if I missed anyone, just please, I'll try to look at all the pictures in a moment, but if you can type in the chat that if I missed you, okay? So Annie, you want to go ahead?
Yes. Well, I don't know how to put it, but I try because I've been working with Michele pretty closely in the office. She's really, truly an angel. You know, to me, she's always ready to help with anybody, any students, any parents that walks in, and she works with everybody as a team, which is very, very special. I think it's very, very unique the way she is. I mean, she is in our hearts still alive to me, because I think that is so important. We all feel she's in us alive. I think that's important. That's comforting to know. So, and I just want to point a few things. I know there's not too much time. That she's always cordial, you know, in the office. If she needs something, she's asking very nicely. And then when we need something, she's always ready to give us an answer. So she's truly missed, I'm sure. So, and even with the parents, you know, she's always ready. She's very caring. She'll do like right then and there. She'll attend to them. So, yeah, I was really, really shocked. I couldn't believe. No, I think nobody believed, but I think we know she's in a better place. I think that's comforting for everyone.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you.
Daniel.
So.
Oh, Daniel, we'll have Allie go first, and then we'll go.
Okay.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, so I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
This without losing it.
That's
I just
fine.
want to say Michele, she had a heart of gold. I'm gonna miss picking her up every morning. And just seeing her smiling face every morning. There's so much I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss our lunches. I'm gonna miss her calling my room just to say hi, like 30 times a day. I would just love hearing her voice. Calling me just to say hi, or just to make me laugh. She was truly an angel. I'm gonna miss you.
Thank you, Allie. Daniel.
So transferring from another school, I felt scared and nervous, and Michele made me feel at home and just always made me laugh in the morning, and our stupid humor we had on our breaks and lunch breaks in the library, and, you know, scaring the hell out of them in the morning. And me dressing up as an elf one time in those red tights, and just her hysterically laughing while I was doing a little troll run around the library, and just all the pictures, our group chat and stuff we just send to each other, just being stupid. And just, I don't know, it's just, I'm gonna miss her, and I love her, and that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Okay, before we go to our next section here, I think BB has a little picture there or something. Is there anyone else? I just want, if you have, put your hand up, I'm gonna scroll through the pictures. If there's someone, I don't want to miss you. There was some, okay, I think, is it Veronica? Is that right?
Yeah, Veronica.
Yeah,
Jason's wife.
I'm trying, yes, go ahead.
Okay, Michele and I worked together for many years. And thinking back, I can honestly say I know why Carmen Clisay didn't hire me as a librarian. Because if Allie's in there 20 times a wait, no, you don't. If Allie's in there 20 times a day talking to Michele, I was in there maybe 10 times more. I was only working 3 hours, 3 hours a day, volunteering my time 2 to 3 hours extra, and I would be with Michele. So when the position opened up, I'm pretty sure that's why Michele Collazo actually didn't hire me, because she knew that Michele and I were gonna go crazy talking back and forth to each other. I just spoke to Michele. I left her a message last week. I heard that Ian was having issues with her laptop, and me being silly, I said, "Hi, Miss Foster, this is Miss Sakamoto, leaving you a message regarding Ian's laptop. Let me know if you have if you need any help with your laptop, give me a call." Being professional. A couple days later, I text her, "Hey girl, didn't you get my message?" If I knew all this was going on, I would have never texted her. But Michele and I did keep in touch throughout the years after I left Willard. We were message each other. She would send me Steeler stuff. I would send her Charger stuff. She would send me Jack stuff. I would send her stupid little jokes. Like Zoila said, our Fridays were our eating Fridays. We would just go and get little somethings, and Michele would always say, "What are you bringing?" "I don't know." "What are you gonna bring?" "I don't know." I miss all of you guys. I really do. After all this, if I had a hard time going back to Willard after I left, it's gonna be even harder for me to go back to Willard and not see Michele in her desk.
Thank you, Veronica. Okay, I'm just gonna go through. I think I see another hand up. Go ahead. I think you have to unmute still. Yeah, unmute yourself there. There you go.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, now-
Hi, I'm Virgie Erdman from Dewey School, and just want to let Willard family know that Michele was not only loved at Willard, she was loved in this whole district. She was a hoot. At our office manager meeting, she had us cracking up. She was just a joy. She made those meetings fun. And I just want to reach out to the Willard family and from Dewey School and give you our love and give you guys a big hug. And I know Michele is now resting in peace, and we're going to miss her. And just to let you know, she was loved throughout the whole entire district. So thank you guys. Thanks so much, and take care.
Anyone else there? We'll move on. I think I got everyone. If not, I just want to make sure. I'm just going to double check. Okay. So again, if I, turn on your mic if I missed you, just so I don't miss you, okay? If there's anyone else. I know, yeah, I mean, just hearing everyone share there, I mean, there's no doubt you hear common themes throughout everything that people have shared, for sure. There's no doubt. Loving of everyone, funny, all her funny little things she would do to us or tease us or conversations. She was always there, literally always there, because she never took a day off. How many times do we hear that? Because she cared about our school and our families and the teachers so much. you know, and I think, like we've said, she's an angel. We know we're not going to let her memory disappear. There's no way. I mean, there's only, I mean, you know, you think there's 60 people of us here, you know, this is just a slice of who she touched. So I know it's beyond just this room right here. So I know we will make sure what she did for the families, for Willard, for Garvey, for her own family, like we're going to make sure her memory lives on. There's no doubt, because that's what she would want us to do. And I know that we will do that. And we're going to, we're going to grieve. We're going to cry still. We're going to laugh sometimes like we're doing here. But we're not going to ever, you know, forget and, you know, let go of Michele. There's no way. So I'm, you know, thankful for everyone that was willing to share. I know for some of us it's really hard. For all of us, it's really hard. So, but thank you for sharing. I appreciate
Blanca has her hand up.
Did someone have their hand up?
Me.
Oh, go ahead. Yes. Sorry, Blanca. You go ahead. You get to be the last one, and then we'll move on.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, go for it. You will take your time.
I worked with Michele many years also. I've been at Willard for more than 20-something years. I'm hoping I could go back next year, but it's still gonna be hard to not see Michele there and telling me, when are you gonna finish my bulletin board? Or just going in the morning before going to Mr. Neto's class, just to hang in there with her for a while. But I am gonna miss her a lot. I talked to her, I texted her on Tuesday, she texted me. I should have called her instead of texting if I would have known. But it's gonna be hard being without her. Even if I don't go back to Willard, I'll still have my girls there. But it's still gonna be hard not seeing her in her desk. And having someone to talk to if I needed to, especially with my girls. But just missing her telling me, I need for you to do my bulletin board. I need them done. We're just going in there for in the morning. It's gonna be hard not seeing her. We are going to miss her a lot. Thank you.
Thanks, Blanca. Sharing. Well, we're gonna shift a little bit. I'm just gonna stop recording now.